failure doesn't exist, and I will explain you why. So basically, failure is a myth, it doesn't exist, and I will tell you exactly why in this video. Everything we call failure, which is basically we wanted to have something or to do something, and we just fail, like it didn't work as we wanted, and we call that a failure. But it's always and almost always like time dependent. So basically, if I want to be like a MMA world champion, like okay, I'm not an MMA world champion, so I failed, but I'm still technically alive, so I can still become a MMA world champion. Like it might be a little hard for me because like I'm 28, and if I start like training, I mean I could still do it if it was really my dream. I don't really want to be a MMA world champion. It looks kind of difficult, painful, even if I do love fighting. But if it was like really my main dream in my life, I could still do it. Like I didn't fail yet. Like the only definitive things what can happen, and we could even debate on that, depending of your beliefs, basically. But it's death. Like death, we can. Everybody won't agree on that. Actually, we can even debate on that. It will depend on your belief, but there is something definitive about death. Like if it's not the end of everything, it's at least the end of something. We can agree on that. So except death, that can be actually a end. And if you want to do something in your physical life, death will be probably the end. And so basically the only failure in life would be like be dead, like or die. But if you still alive, like there is still a very few things that you can't do. And so you basically didn't fail anything yet if you're still alive. Of course, like there was, if you in a wheelchair and you wanted like to be like a marathon runner, it might be more difficult. But there is still like on this sport, like I don't know exactly the translation in English for this one, but there is adapted sports for like people in a wheelchair. I guess like it might not be exactly the same, but you understand my points, I think. And yeah, there is like really, really few things that you can't actually do. Like the only thing that failure is always like time dependent. So when you fail something, you just fail it like for a couple of times, and the only like failure is basically give up. If you really want to do something, like if you, for example, your dream job, you pass an interview for your dream job, and you just kind of fail the interview when you didn't get the job. You didn't actually fail to get the job or your dream. You can just try again, like try with another company or for like another similar job, or even with a better company or in a better context. Or like you can still get it. Like you just fail temporarily. Like you only fail basically if you give up. If you say, "Oh, okay, I didn't get my dream job. Like I failed this interview, so I would just give up. It's not for me." Then yeah, you fail. But if you actually like never give up, like on something you really want, you still didn't fail. Like you can be like 60 years old and say, "Oh no, I still do it." Like it's funny, but you still didn't fail if you're still alive, basically. So failure actually doesn't exist. It's just like it depends on time. Like you have. If you don't die tomorrow, obviously, like you have plenty of time, so you can still do whatever I want. There is like a couple of things that might be a bit harder for sure. I'm guessing, for example, in France, if you want to be a lawyer, there is an exam called the barreau, and I think you can fail it 3 times, and then if you fail 3 times, you can't pass it again. I'm not sure. Like I never studied law, so like maybe I might be wrong even for that. But yeah. But if you actually really want to be a lawyer, I'm pretty sure like you can do it in other country where you don't need like this kind of exam, and you can pass it maybe in other country and stuff. So if you actually like if you fail 3 times this exam, and 3 times is already a lot, but it's a really hard exam. So if you don't give up, you can like pass it on another time and then another time. But if you fail 3 times, okay, you can't pass it again in France. I don't know if it's forever or maybe like for 5 years or 10 years. But if you really, really want to be a lawyer, you can just go to another country when you actually don't need this exam, or there is like another type of exam that you can pass again. And if you just don't give up, you still didn't fail. Technically, yeah, you still won exam, or you failed 3 exam, but you can fail like 10 exam and like go countries to countries if you no, I really want to be a lawyer. Like it still can happen. Like so if you really just don't give up, like you still didn't fail like yet. Like so yeah, that's why failure basically doesn't exist. Like the only way you will fail basically if you die, and depending on your belief, you might even not be like the end of everything. So yeah, like failure is like we use failure too much for what it actually exists. Like it doesn't exist that much in our life. I just gave like a really extreme example of one exam that you can pass only 3 times, and even with this example, you can see that you will have loophole. Like you will find a way. If it's really your dream and if you really want to do it, you might find actually a way to still be a lawyer, even if you failed like this exam like 3 times. So yeah, like I was thinking about that because I was like, okay, like there is like a few things that I feel I fail, but I was like, maybe I'm not just passionate enough, and so it's why I give up things too quickly. Like, oh, I'm trying this thing, and like I try like a couple of weeks and it doesn't work. I'm like, oh fuck, like it's not for me. I'm just like not that passionate, to be honest. So because if I try something, even if it's something crazy, like I told you, like I was really passionate about fire sport, like for a while. Like if right now, like I'm saying, okay, I just really want to be a pro MMA fighter. I don't want that anymore. But if I wanted that, I was like, okay, sure, I'm 28. It's a bit old, like to actually start like going into like a professional fight and stuff. But I could still do it. Like I'm still like I'm still in shape. I still have my full body capacity. I still have my legs. I still have my arms. Like and I'm not dead, so I can still train. So there is like nothing stopping me actually, like to really really try. And if if like in 1 year, 2 years, I still didn't get like to a really good level, like I can still try again and improve and train every day and do like my whole life for that. And yeah, like there is, it's not too late. Like there is like a lot of things where it's never too late. Like I can be like 40 years old and say, oh, you know what, I really want to actually like come back to training and to fight, and I will still do it. Okay, of course maybe I won't become like a UFC champion and everything, but I could like still have professional fight, like have like maybe train some other people and stuff. Like I could still do it and live with the live of it probably if I wanted to. So there is like a few things that if you're really passionate about, you didn't, and you're like, oh, maybe it's really hard, like I won't be able to do it. But if you actually never quit and keep doing it for a really really long time, you didn't fail yet. Like you just keep trying, and there is no way that you're doing a thing like for like, let's say like I'm 28 years old, so let's see, bare minimum I want to live like at least like 40 years old more. Like if I die at 70 years old, like I will probably die later. Like we live pretty old in my family, and with the advance of science and everything, like I will probably die when I will 100. But let's see, I died like when I'm 70. I still have like 40 more years to live. For example, like I'm doing right now a YouTube video. If I keep doing YouTube video like for 40 years, there is no way I don't end up like having like some subscriber or like some some money of it. Like there is no way I do that for fucking 40 years old and it didn't work. Like because right now, like I'm trying, it's my first video I do in English. Normally I do it in French, so I'm trying like something new. Maybe it's not a good idea because even if my English is pretty good, like it's not as natural as when I speak in French. And with AI, I could actually do the make the video in French and then clone my voice and translate it in English. I don't know if it will sound like as natural as I am. There will be less mistake, of course, but why am I saying that? Yeah, because I'm just trying a thing, and yeah, if I just keep doing that, like I'm pretty bad, especially when I do like this in English. I swear, like it's pretty bad. Like I made a lot of mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes probably in English, and it doesn't sound like so super fluid or some stuff. Like the video I just filmed with my phone. I have like a little mic like this, so it's pretty bad video. But if I keep doing that like for 40 years, like for sure, like in at least 10, even 10 years or 5 years, like my video will be like so fucking amazing. I will have like a really good camera, a really good mic. My English will be so good. Like when I speak in front of camera, I will be like so comfortable, so confident, way more than I am right now. So of course my video will be better and everything will be better basically, like because this video is probably pretty shit, but I'm trying and I will keep trying like for the 40 the 40 years old forward, and we'll see where I improve. And there is like no way it didn't work if I just keep doing it. Like the thing is, like I stopped doing that like for a couple of times because I was trying some of the things like that. Yeah, it's like I can call it a failure only if I give up. If I just don't give up and keep doing it, like I didn't fail, like I just not succeed yet. So yeah, basically failure doesn't exist. You just didn't succeed yet.